and I had a trip to East Kilbride to the National Museum of Rural Life, and I'll show you some of the stuff we saw there. Some interesting stuff, well worth a visit. I'm at the National Museum of Rural Life near Glasgow, and they've got some old machinery here, and there might even be a Glasgow tractor or spotted, which is extremely rare. There's a pom-pom there. Various horse drawing equipment. This is going to be a bit bumpy. There we go, that's better.
Morning.
Morning. Some models. Various equipment. We've got lots of models in the back. They must change out the displays every now and again. See if we can get a wider shot. That's as wide as we can go. I'm in my wheelchair today. These are tools for twisting ropes, for making ropes. Quite good models. Seed drills. Mostly harrows, I believe, horse-drawn. This is the land gallery. So we've got simple tools, probably for digging peats. Yep. Charmed lace. Horse-drawn plough. Quite an old one by the look of it. 1753 that was from. That looks like the big gear off a water wheel or something up there. Theodolite of some kind. Go back a bit, let you see it. Yeah, no, that way. Sizing up the land. Nearly theodolite. And there's an old measurement called chains. I'm assuming that's chains. What it says. A chain was a standard unit of measurement of 20.1168 meters, 66 feet. This chain is 100 links with brass tags to mark every 10th link. So they measured the land in chains. Our old title deeds from about 1880 for our place. It has measurements and chains on it. There was another measurement as well, but I can't remember what it was. Digging ditches, I think. Everything was done by hand. New crops for old. This is a Glasgow tractor. I thought there was only 3 made, but there was a lot more made apparently. Made in Scotland in 1919. Cost £375 then. Not saying how many was made, but the chap that wrote the book I had in the earlier videos, he was telling me there was quite a lot of them made. 4-cylinder petrol paraffin. They're made from 1919 to 1924, and the highest serial number recorded was 234, so we think they made 234. 3-wheeled. See, show you around it. This is the first one I've ever seen. I didn't know they existed, but I've never seen one. See, is it right? Seems to have a drive shaft running through there to drive the front 2 wheels, single wheel in the back. Yeah, it's got a steering front axle, iron wheels. Please do not touch or climb on the tractor. This is probably the rarest tractor I've ever found so far. Like I say, I've never seen one. I knew about them. Wonder if they ever run it. It's a pity we couldn't see around the other side. I'm assuming that's the gearing. Gear stick there's linked into some of this stuff. I'm just wondering, I think the back wheel must be driven as well. If anybody knows about them, they can leave a comment. But as far as I can see, it's driven back and front. And this is your gear stick here. Probably didn't go very fast. Around the other side there's a pulley, but I'm just going to read you a bit about the drive system on this particular tractor. It's speaking about differentials, which it didn't have. The Glasgow overcame this difficulty of wheel slip by a system of direct drive from the engine. Both wheels turned uniformly, and if one were to jam, say, on a large stone, then the other wheel's power would remain constant, and in effect pull the jammed wheel out of or over the obstacle. It had 2 forward gears and 1 reverse gear. It was 2.5 mph and 5 mph, but apparently when it was in reverse it only drove the back wheel. All 3 wheels were driven, and it was super stable, was one of its merits, and it could plough a 1 in 5 hill where horses couldn't, because it's superior grip with not having the differential for the wheels to slip. I'll probably put a few snippets in as I go. That's the Ferguson system hydraulics with an exploded view. Generator. I've cut the side off the gearbox there to let you see the various shafts and spring tensioners for when the plough's stuck. It lifted the hydraulics a little bit. The 3-point linkage pushes the weight onto the top spring and pushes the weight down onto the front of the tractor. Before this, ploughs were just pulled along and they were known to come up and attack the driver if he wasn't careful. There's various things. I found another Ferguson Brown, which we'll see in a minute. The Lister pump, I think. Ruston Hornsby gas engine, maybe? Petrol, diesel? Oil engine? Be an oil engine. I'm on my phone and it's not as wide as the GoPro. That's a Ruston Hornsby. I think it'd be an oil engine by the look of it. Driving a water wheel. These water power devices. This is the Museum of Rural Life near Glasgow, part of the National Trust. If you want to come and see it for yourself. It's a water wheel, and showing you the drives from the water wheel. It's going up and driving a thresh machine up there. Cutaway of a mill. There's not too many children running about at the moment, so we've got a spinning wheel here. I see them nowadays. You will see one in Sleeping Beauty, I think, if I remember right. Like a butcher's shop. Model of some buildings, and we have a field marshal in front of us, or a pom-pom. Start that with a shotgun cartridge. What year is this? It's probably 1957. It was produced between 1945 and 1947. Series 4 was made up until 1957. Remember right, you put a blank shotgun cartridge in there, and then you had a wiki lit in there, screwed that in, and then you fired the cartridge with a hammer, and that started it. Tractor store. We have an International 844, and what is that? That's a half-flinger. Cool, I haven't seen one of them since 1976. Go anywhere, those things. Leyland 384. That's another BMC. If you saw the video I did at Mintlaw, Eden House, but there was a little BMC Mini there, but this is a bigger one, BMC diesel. I'm not sure what's in the back there, it's a funny donut. 4. 4 is a Daimler Puch tractor, 1970s. I've not seen one of them. That's another new one to me. Oh, that's a David Brown. Let's see if I can get in a bit closer. That's Daimler Puch. That is, no, I've seen BMC, but two David Browns here. Oh no, that's BMC's in Nuffield. David Brown Crop Master at the front, both 1940s, and a cutaway Crop Master here as well. Petrol, probably petrol paraffin. Press to operate. Leyland in the back there, Ford Ferguson. 1940 Ford Ferguson. Steel wheels. Leyland in the back. That Leyland in the back there was the replacement for the BMC Mini we saw at Minto. Barry, my pal, the blacksmith, he knows all about Leylands and stuff. Massey Ferguson, so he was telling me. He was also telling me about this odd 3 brake mechanism on the BMC Mini. The top pedal pushes both, and when you want the side brakes you lift the top pedal out of the road and then you can use the individual brakes apparently. And a high major at the back.
Another brake, then a finish between the two. 10. Brakes and finishes all the way across the field. Reversible plough.
The orange one, the Fortune, is a Fortune standard tractor. 1920s, so it's very early. 1917s, the first ones came across from America. They were supplied to Britain before they were supplied to America. And here's a Wallace at the back there. And this is an International Junior. Never seen one in real life. The Wallace is 1916, made by Massey Harris. Massey and Harris were both Canadian companies that merged in 1860 or something. And then we got Massey Ferguson eventually. International 12, that one. That's an International Junior. It's 1919. Another International here. And a D4 probably up the back there, Caterpillar. Let's have a look. 15. D2. It's a 1940 International we're looking at. 16 is a self-propelled turnip hasher. Chopped up the turnips for the cattle. 17 are wheels for an electric tractor, 1930s. There's a bit about it here, I'm going to read about it. D2 is quite old. The Wallace, probably never seen one of them in real life either, but I knew about them. I think I've seen those electric wheels before, but not in real life. And I've found another Ferguson Brown, that's the 5th one I've found. Now according to the sheet on here, it says approximately 1350 were made, but the one that's at Afford says 1400 and something. Well, I've found 5 that are still in existence. Never actually seen one running. So we're still at the museum, and what is this? Some kind of lift. It's got an elevator and a big blower on it, so it must be a lift of some kind, I think. And this is a Massey Harris combine. Get some footage. This is Massey Harris 726 combine. It's got a name on the side of it, that thing. Be about 12 feet maybe, the blade. Come back, some of the horse-drawn equipment. And here's an old truck. In that book I ran, there was some trucks that they used as tractors, like early Model Ts and that. Let's see if there's a... This is a Patterson tractor. Let's see what it says about it. (1920s). Yeah, it's based on a Model T. This one was near Edinburgh. Like I say, they're in that book that I'd run, early tractors, 1914 to 1930, I think. If you want to see it, it's in my earlier videos. There was, every week I published 4 pages from it. I had permission from the copyright holder and the author to do it. Iron tyres, Patterson. Might have another look at the tractors through here. See if I can get some footage of that weird thing at the back. That Daimler hook at the back there. It's kind of interesting. Never seen one of them. So BMC, British Motor Corporation, Nuffield, and it's got what looks like a McConnell digger in the back. That's quite impressive because a McConnell digger weighed about a ton. It's an early Fordson here. Let's see about the Fordson. 1940s, the Fordson. T20 petrol paraffin. It's one of the later ones. 36 is a travelling plough. Various ploughs and that here. This is quite near Glasgow, this museum, if you get a chance to come. If you remember the National Trust, you'll get in free, or it's a 10 quid to get in, or £8 if you're disabled. And that is in 2024. There's another binder over there. 27. Let's see if we can find out what make it is. What's this? 33 is. There's a horse-drawn fertiliser spinner. Wallace of Castle Douglas. That's 33 here we're looking at. Looks like an early broadfold. Seed drill of some kind. 29. Seed drill. Sheriff of Dunbar. What number's that? 27. 27 is a Reaper as well. That yellow one you can see there. An unusual one. 25 is the one I want to find out about. No, it's made by Bizet of Blair Gowrie. What 23? I've seen one of them on a farm before now. That's horse drawn. It's a hay bogie made by Alexander Jackson's son, Mabel Ayrshire. little thing there is an oddity. It's like a threshing mill. 20. Yeah, that's a cracker. That's a muck spreader. Horse-drawn muck spreader. And it's international and the I think my two favourites are the Glasgow tractor and this grey thing here. Number 12 is an international junior, 1919. And the Wallace behind it's 1916, it's even earlier, if you can see it much. High major, 10. It's a 1920s Fordson.
All the workers were very close to one another and they worked as a team.
So like I said, the Fordson C, I think, was the first one to come to Britain, 1917. It came to Britain before it went to America to help with the war effort. And it's a David Browning bit. Could be doing that, petrol tank's better than mine. A crop master at the back there. Leyland 384. Might be a 6-cylinder, 100 horsepower. To see. Well, that's about it. Some good stuff here to come and see. If you want to come and see it. Some of the old machinery, old Massey Ferguson baler, a binder. Don't know what make it is. Possibly Alice Chalmers. I think that is a cedar of some kind, maybe. I had a conversation with my pal Barry the blacksmith about some of these here, and he reckoned that was a potato planter because it's got the ploughs at the back there. Well, that's Barry, he'll know. It's another baler of some kind in the back. I think it says Steiger on it. Some kind of drill cedar, maybe. I'm not sure on that one. Just wait till the people are out of shot. Well, that's an unusual thing there. Look, it's got a cutting bar on the back there. Asked the Ferguson man, Barry, and he said this was a kale cutter. It's a Ferguson kale cutter, and they can sell for anything between £3,500 and £5,000 at auction nowadays. And, seed drill at the back behind it. A few things here I've never seen before. That I've seen before. I've sat in one of them and driven it and been dragged along. That's a horse-drawn one. Horse-drawn mower with a potato lifter in behind it. Something Glasgow and Sons. And that, some kind of flail. Another thing I've never seen. One early round baler. Giant pump. There's an international grass mower over the back of that. I had one of them. In fact, I think I had two of them. And that looks like a broadfold seed box there, lying in the ground. Some of the iron horses here, as they call them, I think. And there's a blacksmith shop here. An old blacksmith shop with a forge and the bellows. Caterpillar 38 Hillside Combine piqued my interest and I did a bit of research into it. If you research Caterpillar 38 you will find nothing. So look for Caterpillar 30 and you'll find the 36B, and then this is the 38. John Deere bought them over from Caterpillar, I think it was the late 20s or something, because Caterpillar wanted out of the farming side of it to more of the industrial side of it. This calf in the picture here is 10 minutes old. It was born 5 minutes before we arrived on the farm trailer. Not standing yet. This is one of the 3 horses here, 2 Clydesdale. This is the mother of one of the Clydesdales, and there's a crossbreed here as well. It's a big old horse, good old 6 feet high.